Welcome back, everybody. I know not planning a stream today. Sorry about the brightness of the white shirt. I got a few invites to knock out before I get ready for my flight here in a couple hours. So I got a couple hours I'm going to give you guys. I'm going to bang out just some invites. I think I'm set on the event. Corey's got some work to do now. But we'll see where we go. We'll see where it goes. Like I said, I'm going to get out of here around 2 o'clock. So we got 2 hours to kill. Hope everybody else is already in Nashville and safe and sound and ready to go. But I'm not there yet. So we're going to knock out all these invites, and then we'll get the hell out of here. Hey, Sean, how you doing, buddy? What a way to start the day. A little bit of tundra for the first shots of the day. That's good. Yeah, I don't get out of here. I leave Iowa at like 5 o'clock tonight, so I'm not going to get there until late. But I definitely had some work to dial in my thumbs a little bit, get them cooking. Hey, Brian. I don't even have a hat on. Yeah, you know. I figure the dogs got fed, so we're ready to play a couple games. Man, my thumbs have been just a bit off the last couple days. I tell you what, though, I think a lot of it is getting goddamn vaccines in arms. I got a Hep one and a tetanus one the last week, so my left arm is kind of sore. Thumb and everything is a little bit rough when your arms get sore. So we'll have to get this dialed in. Yeah, thank God, thank God, thank God. I needed to get to, I put headphones in. I haven't put any music on. I was wondering why I was only hearing myself. That's crazy. I'm stupid. Now, there's a couple ways to go at this hole. Generally speaking, if you follow the chute, the little arc of snow between the two mountains in front of me, you can put it that way. Most of the time, I just do this, though. Right? And that's a perfect shot coming in. Now, that might even stay on the ice, which I believe is fairway. Oh, it's called cliff. So, yeah, this is definitely fairway right now. Gives us a run at it. You get normal backspin. Pretty solid. I like that play up there. All right, we got some music starting. All right, so quick math on this hole. So if we know our 10.5 to go 350 on a fly, just in general, you can probably get it 352 depending on setup. When the pin's up close like this, I'm at 348. I'm downhill. The 10.5 does clear here, so an easy hole, a hard hole just became pretty easy from here. I mean, dead nuts. We're right there. So high T 10.5, 350 to 352, depending on setup, and you're good. You just murdered that shot. And I think something that we forget. Once you're confident in your distances on how long you can hit something, it can really change the way you attack all the holes. Because then you just know you got to just hit something as hard as you can. And since we know also that missing the straight shot is only a couple of yards off, so it's not that big of a deal. Now, obviously, in a shot like that, we were cutting it kind of close. The pin was really up to the front on that green. So we had to give that thing all we got to get it to fly the whole way. Now, it was up near the front. It was only 350 or 348. Audit? Your audit or an audit during work? I hope you're not getting audited, Greg. Hey, Greg, stay tuned, man. When we get the guest coming up here, when I get the guest coming up here, when we set the date, I'm probably going to set a date for a tournament at Stadium. I'll add a good chunk of money. We'll probably get a pot up there for over $1,000 for probably 20 of us. So, and at only 20 a man, you can't really argue about that. But we're probably looking at, I think it was October. Okay, good. Thank God is right. I was going to say, that's a pain in the ass. Don't ever get audited as a Golden Tee player as your earnings either. I didn't look. I hope I didn't cut off anybody else streaming right now. But I was going to play. Oh, why'd that go that way? I aimed that right. Oh, well, I missed it. Now, back when this course was live, we were driving that hole. I did it in a match against McCook, and I swear I have never seen any setup since then that I thought was even possible. So, what are our projections? What are we thinking? Who's going to win? Who's winning Tennessee? I don't want to hear me. I do want to see me, but I'm okay with it. Let's hear some other projections. Get in. Get in. God damn it. That felt good. And I just totally realized that the dark shirts make you look way bigger on screen. I feel like I look super slim on camera today. And I know it's a bit bright. I do realize that. Let's see if we can tone it down a bit. There we go. That helps. Dude, no, he won Money Shot. Money Shot's not a game that relates to any part of how well you're playing Golden Tee. All right, Brian. Yeah, so hey, I'll be okay with. I would take second. I'll be happy with second and third. Me and CJ second and third. That would work. Now, of course, we'd want the win. But my God, the white shirt makes this thing like I like feel like I'm popping here. Yeah, it was even CTTP. I mean, at Worlds, I won the last CTTP we had at World, or I won the last legit CTTP at Worlds, and it didn't translate to anything. So, I mean, technically, I'm the last world champion of closest to the pin. They haven't done another one since. Hopefully, we go back to that again, and I somehow get something for it. I think closest to the pin's a great skill game. Okay, so a couple shots here. If I have any wind in my face, I'm going with the high tee right at the little island. If I have an outwind, it's harder to get the high tee to stop on this little platform. So you can hit the 8.5 driver with no low tee, just straight into the hill with a little bit of cut, and it will bounce off the hill and kick right up onto the platform. But here, we're just going to high tee smoothie that's up there. It doesn't even really matter if it stops on the fairway part, but it's helpful. Happy as hell. That's probably a more... Everybody talks about 18. I think this hole's more challenging. All right. I'm scared to thumb this with the 9.5. I mean, with the 9 wood because it carries a little far. Luckily, I got a little bit across. It's a little uphill. I think this should be fine. And I did murder thumb that. I didn't mean to hit it that hard. But, oh, well, we're perfect. All right, so we're clean through 17. Let's get to this whole 18. All right, this is a great look. This is a fantastic look. So, you don't need to high tee this. The question is, can I hit that? No, we'll go with the 4. The 5 could have worked like that. You got to be joking, man. Wow. Missing the putt for the clean round on Tundra to start. That's okay. 25 should typically win that. Although that setup was actually comically easy. I just feel like I look super skinny right now. Yeah, I feel like it. I feel like I look like one of those guys in my background. Thanks, Drew. Oh, and look at this. No shirt blocking trackball cameras. Huh? You like that? Yeah, you guys always thought it was my belly. It's not my belly. It's just the way my shirt's hung. Let's make sure we have the right back. Well, so this is weird, right? Events, did I play one of these? I don't know, but it switched my clubs, I feel like. To the right set this time. You're the ones up above. But good, I need to play a couple par 3s. My thumbs are just a little bit jittery. My flight to Tennessee was under 300, so I can't really complain about that. My problem is, no, I'll typically either drive to Minneapolis. I'll drive to Minneapolis a lot. I'm a big Delta fan, so flying out of Minneapolis is great. And it depends. If Jill and I are both going on a trip of some sorts, then driving to Minneapolis is great because then Jill's parents can watch our dogs. So it works out pretty well that way. But otherwise, it depends. It all depends for me. Like, I'm flying to Turks and Caicos in a couple of weeks, and we're flying out of Minneapolis just because the price of the tickets were a couple $100 less. This is my Danny boy luck. No, I'm on Delta. I got on a Delta flight. So, but the problem is, it's a connection. I go to Minneapolis and then go to Nashville. I'm okay with it. I don't mind the connection here. It's gonna be a long day for me though. It's probably about 5 hours of flying time. So we're okay with it though. But no, I don't typically fly out of Des Moines. The last time I had a flight into Des Moines was, I believe it was Allegiant leaving Vegas. My flight got canceled. So in order for me to get back to Iowa, it was either wait till the Friday after, the next Friday when I was supposed to leave on a Monday, or I had to fly to Des Moines. And that sucked. You guys just don't know what us people with these small airports look like. Man, Cedar Rapids Airport isn't even that small, but we don't have anything. I mean, there's no worthwhile flights. The new Tees Par 3 one is okay. It's not that fun. Yeah, you should, Jason. You're missing out. This is a big one. This looks like it's going to be a pretty solid turnout. Yeah, I will say there's like there's a few things in Iowa I cannot stand. I do believe, Brian, I believe that we're all taking that booze cruise. I think we're doing that. I think we just did that. I think that was my gift for Puff and Kate for their wedding. I don't know if it's the same thing as what you're talking about, but there's some booze cruise that we're doing. I also get to officiate the wedding. It's going to be fantastic. I'm looking for newer, better stories this weekend for them. I ordered a beautiful pink linen Ralph Lauren suit. I'll be looking sharp for them. It just recently arrived. It's going to be good. We're going to have a grand old time. I like Dallas. Florida is hell on earth for me. I despise Florida. I hate the weather. It's too damn humid. I love the people there, though. Some of my favorite people in Golden Tee are down there. Jason, Jackie, I'm talking about you guys. Don't anybody get upset there, but they've earned it. They're favorites. There's almost one thing that I'm always looking forward to when I get to a Golden Tee tournament is that big hug that I get from Jason and Jackie, man. Yes, I'm a very simple man. I'm a very simple man. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Florida at all. All right, we got to make one of these. Help me out, Wind. Fuck. I was stationed in El Paso for a bit in Texas. I actually enjoyed the hell out of El Paso. I know it's El Paso. It's not really Dallas, but I enjoyed it. I love the culture, and I love the food from the South. It's fantastic. I laid off of that. That was I have never had that happen. That was a horrible shot. I laid off of it. I've never had a ball hit short and kick up on that hole. That's crazy. Wow. Okay, we'll take that saver. Thanks, Joey. No, not at all. I probably shouldn't drink at all this weekend, but I tell you what, if I get into that victory formation on Sunday, that'll definitely be some libations accumed. Accumed? What does accuming mean? Consumed. My God. Joey, you're not going? That's crazy. I thought you'd go for sure. You mean after beating me heads up in the yeah, top four could be good. Greg, it feels like a pseudo gout attack, even though I don't think it was. But so I'm popped up on steroids and an antibiotic for an ear infection right now. So I don't really want to get much worse. So I went from performance decreasing drugs to performance enhancing drugs. And I hope we're not tested this weekend. Maybe that's why I'm wearing the skin tight shirt right now too. I don't know. Raindrops fell. All right, 285. This is a great look for this shot. Except I crushed it. and caught fringe, and I got a little lucky. Well, the steroids are for the pseudo gout, the antibiotics for the ear. But the steroids are great, man. I feel amazing. Steroids are fantastic, dude. There's not many things I'm going to say I like more than steroids. And, oh, I misjudged that one a bit. Wow, we're barely getting through this. I feel like I'm fucking up quite a bit, and I'm getting a little lucky. All right, 281. This is not going to be drivable. I mean, 481 not drivable. So we're just going to line it up a bit. I wonder in my head. No, Corey. No, it was just this is my undershirt that I'll be wearing on my flight. I just didn't do any changing. I came downstairs to get a couple pieces to take up for the tournament. I wanted to make sure I grabbed my Wi-Fi dongles just in case there's an I/O board issue again. That way we don't have to run an Ethernet and we can just hook something in. And then I needed to get, I don't know if I need my laptop. I kind of want to bring it and see if Andy, we want to run through and I can telestrate a little bit during the tournament. But that would mean that I'm not playing still. And I hate to say it, most of these people that are announcing would just start drawing dicks on it. I don't understand that. It's just the chipping and putting is just not making as much sense to me as it used to, and I don't like it. Well, shot making's not making much sense to me either. I'm screwing this up pretty heavily. Yeah. I think I'm playing putts here, and I don't think that I can take a double bogey. So I think we're just going to quit this one. I think I saw that he had the national record with it, so I'm assuming he did that in the game that he just played, because not a lot of people are playing Glacier. So let's just save some time and move on to the next one. Do I have anything newer to play? Nope, we'll just keep going then. I will apologize ahead of time, too, if I have any open invites with you. If they're not close to expiring, I'm going to just let them hang until Monday. Probably Wednesday. I don't think I'm going to get back very early on Monday, and I generally feel like shit when I get home from these. But if I do what I say I'm doing and not boozing heavily, I might feel okay when I get off the plane on Monday and just hop right down and come and stream. Yeah, the Danny cosplay. No, dude, I just was, man. GB. Some of them. Jason, the first thing to do after a victory is to come home and sleep. Lots of sleeping. After that, yeah, we'll definitely be looking at it. But like I said, I don't know, maybe 1,500 times to you, we're working on it. It's just a lot going on lately. That's actually pretty funny, Corey. That would actually be fucking pretty classy. But guys, I'm wearing, this is just an undershirt. It's one of those 32-degree cool undershirts. But I was down here grabbing stuff, and I was like, oh, I got time. Why not just throw a stream up? That's the one thing you don't want to do on this shot, is to put it right where I did, into the rough. All right, we can deal with it. Well, I do that, Jason, but I got to come home and then recover, man. When you get to the age of most of the players in Golden Tee, there is definitely recovery time. I mean, it used to be, okay, I fly back Monday and go to work on Tuesday. Yeah, now, no. There's no way I would ever plan to not take off the Tuesday. Oof. I do have to say, this is one of my more favorite courses. All right, I feel like my thumbs are diving back in here. Yeah, it is. It really is. I mean, Greg, how did you feel after leaving us that night? Not good on that drive to Chicago, did you? Well, thanks, Todd. I appreciate it, buddy. I didn't want to, I mean, I was hurting too. We were not good. We were not in good shape. That's good. Oh, how do we want to go at this? Shit. All right, so the high 9.5 should be fine here. I mean, the high 9 should be fine. It's just going to fly everything. All right, we cut it down a little bit. We put a little cut on it. How are you liking the new Jeep, Greg? We were about to do it too, and they have none anymore. So you got right in at the last point. Damn. All right, so we got a lot of ways to go at this. I like this island quite a bit because then I'm from the fairway for one, and then I can spin it. Where that pin is, though, I think that the better play today is over here out of the sand or rough or wherever. Now I'll have a thumb shot. Let's just thumb the 5 backspin. I'll get some spin on it. And not much risk to it, because as you saw there. Okay, good. Yeah, we're in the same boat. That's what we were going to grab. And now I'm kind of not forced, but we have to buy all of our cars from McGrath because Joe works for him. All right, this is on. Except I did not catch that clean. And wow, that thing didn't even get close to clearing that. Huh, I didn't catch that very good though. I'm in burn mode right now, like just burning through games, so. All right. Probably only sell one. All right, 17, 18. 17's not too bad. This isn't a bad look. You got to be careful. It's really hard to clear these left trees on a fly. When you get the tee box that's way left and you're going over the majority of them, it's a more difficult shot. This one, we're just going to cut in the 3. We're going to hit it soft with backspin, try to get it to go over towards the hole. Little harder, and that had a chance, but we're not upset about that at all. That's a fine spot to put it. Now, 18 can change how you play it. On this one, my goal is to get it up to the farthest tip left on the fairway. It gives me the best line coming in. Now I don't really have trees in play. I could if I'm back too far. And no, I think we're under all of these. So we're just going to hit this up there. Not a murder shot, but not too soft. That speed was great. A little bit better line. Now this hole... So this hole will be in events next week, right? And I want to go through on if I'm here, if I'm back in time Monday, I want to go through the new event. So if you didn't know, I picked a lot of memorable holes for me personally. Like I got a story about a match on each hole there. They're all hole 18s, so that's kind of fun too. But we'll have I want to go through each hole and say why they're memorable and describe it a little bit. Give you guys the layout. So we're going to get a history of GT in my mind then. I think I hope I put this one in there too. I got a story on every hole, for fuck's sake. It's crazy. I say we need to talk, you walk. Politely, right on through. Ah, Gino, Jesus. Oh! Ah, God, I hated left eye. This is tough because when I'm looking at this... Hi, Brad. All right, if I'm looking at the FMK here, to me, T-Boz is the least fuckable, but she's probably my favorite. All right. We're gonna fuck Chili. We're gonna marry T-Boz, and we're gonna kill Left Eye. Yeah, I don't quite understand it. What is there anything else on OnlyFans than nudes? All right, guys, I got a couple minutes here. Like I said, if anybody wants to give me a 2021 invite, a couple of them, I think I'm past the ones I need to get done for today. But I would like to play some 2021. I don't even look at who's dead and who's alive. I'm just going by what I mean, it still doesn't change the fact if I'd marry him or not. I mean, I guess a little necrophilia never hurt anybody, huh? As low as yours and grant him one last choice. Bye, Greg. Get to work, buddy. Thanks. We'll see you soon. It's not the same, and you'll begin. I need somebody to type in the chat, too, at the end of this to not forget my... don't forget the wireless dongles. That's the reason I came down here right now. Alone in a bitterness. And don't forget to ask questions. Some of these courses we haven't seen in a while, I got a good handle on them still, it seems. And I'm not really talking about it much, but... Wow. Big point here, just don't go in the rough, and you want to go up a lot farther than I did there, but luckily we got a short pin. I'm okay with that. That's all I was hoping for. Get it over that hill. I lost a friend. When will this hole ever be? Guys, there's so many shots that we hit live on these courses that will never work anymore because of the Turbo A1 not being there. And even though, like, most of us didn't know when we were getting it, it was happening on a lot of shots. So we would hit, I'm going to do my best, Brad. So we would hit A1s there, and occasionally you'd get the turbo, so that shot would get up on the green. The biggest part here now that we're all carrying the 10.5 driver is not to let this go in the sand and keep it up to the right. The 10.5 driver makes this second shot a lot easier in a lot of cases. I don't need it here. Holy Jesus. I don't know why that... I don't understand how that doesn't go in. If you look at the angle that I aimed at, that aim was perfect for where I wanted that ball to go. I don't know. Well, thanks, Brett. What do you think, Brad? Do you think I'm going to win this weekend? Are you going to be there, Brad? God, I thought I had a gem. Sling with a drink and washed. No, there is no Portillo's in Tennessee. I don't need Portillo's everywhere I go. It's just helpful. It's just useful. Oh, cool. I think it's going to be a combination of you have to qualify too. You have to play well on. Oh, you're not going, Justin? Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. In case you guys don't know, Justin Clark has put on 2 pretty epic runs in the history of Golden Tee, like coming out of nowhere. I believe it was the Dallas, at Volcanoes. Dude, I fucking... Tell us a little bit about that day, man. Who did you beat? I know I was in the mix, but wasn't it Haas, Stenmark, and Lemon or Thor back to back to back? And then I'm sitting here like, fuck yeah, Justin did all the light work. And he went and fucking crushed me, and I believe it was on Sequoia. It wasn't even crushing, he just shot great. And then... So my wallet says, well, I know he can put on these runs, so I'll buy him for $100 in St. Louis. And he profited me a couple $1,000. Thank you there, Justin. I appreciate it. All right, this is a unique hole. You guys, all you have to do, high tee driver, knock it straight forward. If it's an outwind, you don't have to hit it very hard. You don't have to hit it that hard when it's an outwind because you're going to be able to get it up. Oh, Jesus. Now, who did you have to beat in St. Louis this last year, though, to get to the top 4? This shot's a little tricky, too, because it's way downhill. Did I throw it out too far? No. Oh. The dog days are gone. All right, we got a really good look at this. This is what I'm actually going to attack, I think. Or do I want to hit a C shot in? It's a little bit different because I don't think the 3 would. Oh, you had to beat Sandmeyer. Okay. All right, so not as impressive. He knows it. Not my best effort, but we'll take it. We'll take the Eagle. 27s on Celtic are always good. Let's go. Let's go. Let me make sure I don't have any to accept right now already. Hang on a second. I don't want to do the freakies. None of that. No, all I have is old courses to accept, so I'm not going to mess with them. Yeah, definitely. We'll see you at the draft, sir. We're not going anywhere yet. All right, this is probably my worst course of this year's, in my opinion. Watch your time go right out the window. I won't forget them. Let's hit a C3 and just see where it puts us. Oh, guys, if I can keep getting my C3s to do that, I'm gonna be very pleased this weekend. If I can keep getting them at 155 or higher with full out, I will be a happy man. Yeah, I had a little sticky something on it, but the sandpaper works great. At least in my basement. At a tournament, I'll be washing them more. What the fuck is this? Eddie, I've never seen this tee box before. I have never seen that. I don't think I've ever seen this short. Why did that plug? What did that hit? All right, it was short. Shit. Anybody seen that hole play like that? Is that tee box? I've never seen it. I got to play more commercial. The world ranking kind of shows that I got to play more 2021, dude. I'm only at like 50. Oh, I know. We were just discussing that, Brad. I can't stand Florida. I couldn't play there. One of the worst ones I've ever done was I went down to Jacksonville when McCook and Eversole both lived there, and Peggott had machines at a bar in Jacksonville called Aromas. It was a cigar bar where McCook and Eversole both played. And literally, there was a back door to go to like a patio right by their machine. And whenever somebody opened that door, the decks were just wet. It sucked. I just can't imagine how somebody can play consistently well in that. It blows my mind. I don't understand this hole and why it carries far on it too from that. It doesn't seem to be any higher or lower than the pin. I just can't quite figure out why that ball carries so far. Oh, that's actually kind of nice. No, why would if it works like that? I know a lot of the people are using that Carpe stuff too. And it doesn't seem to mess up trackballs too bad. But I'm gonna lotion up my hands before I leave today, and then right before I start playing, I'm gonna wash them real good. Is it? I know people that use it. I haven't heard. But guys, all right. I don't really care what you do to your hands as long as your intent isn't to fuck everyone else over. I mean, it's part of any atmosphere. Like, you're not... Okay, well, then I guess I was wrong. But I thought people that were using it had no problem. Hang on 1 second. My flight's not till, and actually, we might as well look. We haven't looked today to make sure there were no changes. My flight departs at 5:24. And I think we just set the date for Core Lee to come, and I believe we're looking at October 22nd. Let me just look at a calendar. I'm pretty sure I've got nothing else going on that day. Yeah, I think that's it. Bye, Jason. Have fun. Enjoy work. Haha, geek. Just kidding. All right, I think we are set. I think we're set. We're looking at October 22nd. Core Lee, the winner of the raffle, will be coming up here with Mr. Paul Anthony Luna. I'll talk to Paul about it when we get down there. Oh, there's Core Lee. So you guys will see the man that I've actually faked a real person to scam you guys out of money. And don't worry, I got receipts to provide you guys to prove you guys are the scam. No, for me it will be under. We were talking about that too. I'm not gonna be throwing them back this weekend. I'm sure. Well, okay. If I do well on Sunday, yeah, that'll be that. It will get there it will get there. Sunday could be a bad day for me though. We'll see. If I do well in the tournament, I have a feeling Sunday gets out of hand. Otherwise, I'm going to probably take it very easy. I had a pseudo gout type thing. Probably just over under on me bouncing and hitting back home. Dude, if I miss the cut, it's because I'm going to be in pain. And I'll probably be back at the hotel in an instant after that, if that's the case. Right now, steroids are winning over the battle. I really don't want to jinx myself. I don't really see a way that... I'd love to play 2021s the rest of the day to see if there's a score that I shoot that would even put me in thoughts of not making a cut. We already did it, and I think the only way possible for me to maybe even think about missing a cut is if you put Pine, Odyssey, and Tropical in the mix. Otherwise, I don't think it's possible. And really, even with those, I don't see it. I don't think it's going to be an issue. Let's see if we got any more 2021s here. Well, let's just make sure I don't have any that are going to expire while I'm gone. 5 days, that gives me... Yeah, that's fine. 3 days, 4 days. I should play these two, and then we'll move on. Bullshit. Oh, okay. Go. Predict away, my man. That kind of hurts, Mr. Pritchard. Oh. I'd hope not. But funny things have happened. I mean, the Player of the Year tournament, Fox and I both missed the cut and ended up playing each other in the main event, and then going and playing each other in the purple of the main event, and then playing the finals of the Player of the Year after missing the cut together. Now, it just so happened, too, we both played on the same machine. So we kind of, looking back, we kind of felt like that probably had something to do with it. We both had some issues on it during the day. I mean, those kind of things can happen, though. It can. It really can. And I believe it was also the machine that was a lube fest by somebody. It's getting moist. Here we go. We're getting ready. Here's a song for you. I don't like this look ever. I hate hitting the 8.5 driver with greens that aren't that deep, even though that one's pretty deep, but that one's a little tough. All right, we're going Sly Stallone. We're over the topping this. Now, how are we going to do it? Are we going to hit a 4 with bite? Are we going to hit a high T5 with backspin? And that, I believe, is the shot I like. I'm glad I... Wow. So... All right, I'm going high 4 here because the pin's in the back. I just want to plop this down. I'm okay. Perfect. I'm okay. You're okay. We're okay. So what are we projecting the cut line to be? This is where it gets a little tough. So if somebody looks at what the... that's a good thing, too. It does owe you nothing. You are right, Mr. Pritchard. All right. Fuck it. $140. What was the cut in St. Louis? Does anybody know? Can anybody pull it up? I want to say it was 137, 138, something like that. Now here's the thing, though. We always getting caught up into, oh, there's so many people going to be here, right? Yeah, there's going to be a lot of people, but does that necessarily affect the cut line? I think it's more important that there's not many more top players. I mean, there's probably more people coming that can make the cut, but not them that are going to threaten the top. Yeah, I like Q's prediction a lot there, but we also don't know what courses are going to be in there. And, oh, come on. Catch green. Oh, terrible. All right, this is where I could do something stupid. Getting too aggressive on something, costing myself many strokes. And with the big field like that we're gonna have, doing something like that during the qualifier could be your qualifier right there. You take a hole that should have been a decently easy eagle. I'm getting a little bit too cute going for an ace and turn it into a decently bad double bogey. Water, yep. I'd much rather water this, though, than go short. I mean, it's 2 strokes rather than 15. You know, going short 7 times in a row. Oh. Yeah, I knew better. I knew that I needed to back it up on the box. That was just not thinking very well. No, it is a challenging hole. I mean, let's go back to it too. In St. Louis 2-3 years ago, whatever year this course was live, shit, I won this. I won that course against Fox with the DNF on that hole. I stuck it and he stroke limited it. So it's definitely a game-changing par 5. Now, in the scheme of things, in match play or in qualifier, if you ever get a hole like that, laying up for eagle is probably the right play in 90% of the circumstances. Now, there are some setups that we all look at on that hole that it is abundantly easy to you just crank a ball. And when it's a crank shot, as long as you don't miss the ball, it's good. My flight will leave Cedar Rapids at 5:24. And I go to Minneapolis and then down to Nashville. So it's going to be, I won't be there for a while. 11 o'clock, I think, is when I get in. All right, guys, get me some 2021 invites. Anybody? Thanks, Cole. Appreciate it, sir. Love all the well wishes, guys. It feels nice. Okay, no, you didn't go. Okay, the shot on 4, which made it one of my favorite holes ever, was a stock driver, and you'd hit it into the rock. A stock driver into the rock, it would bounce up and hold the spin. Now the rock underneath, when the rock underneath, if you hit it, the ball dies. I wish that was still in play because that shot was fun. I think having to high tee and go over the top ruins that hole a bit. Awesome, Cole. Well, might as well play this pine. Let me see if I have any 2021s on here to go through. (2005), 2012, yeah, no 2021. So I'm gonna hold off. All right, this shot is always the same. It's always from here. It's always high tee and roll. Now the problem is I don't think this is gonna get there no matter what, but hopefully I can get a chush. Okay, I got that fucker way out. That's all it's taken me to do is slow down. Hey, VE Productions. Who is that again? I know I've got it. Guys, if I can get my C3s like this and I can be consistent with that, you'll see it totally. I'll change my game around quite a bit. Just because then I can bring the power game back into play. And it brings a lot more holes. One of Tropical, for instance. If I can consistently count on my C3s to be 154 or higher, out to the right. Hey, Paul. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, one of Tropical is a prime example. I would never worry about chushing at all. Because if I can hit C3s consistently like that again, that hole is, I'm on that green every single time. And if you're not on the green, I should say I'm putting every single time. Because a C3 would get, I am not there yet. No, I won't get there until real late tonight. Like the rain. Evan, I'd have to see a little bit more before I naturally assume that, but most likely it's you guys how you're hitting it. Most likely on C3s they're harder to hit, but it could be any number of things. I'd have to see it. If you get a video of it, send it to me. I'll be able to tell you pretty quick. Oh God, what a bad effort. All right, good. I make these chips. More than Frito-Lay. All right, we're going over the top. It's not about how hard. No, guys, what I'm talking about here, it doesn't matter what machine. There is a problem with how C3s and A1s read, and it's not necessarily a problem. It's just that they're inconsistent with how they're set up right now. That's it. I'm not saying anything bad about a trackball. I mean, no, I don't know anyone that has it fully figured out. Now, prior to fixing the 120 glitch, I could have hit a 158 every time. Are you swinging away to 3? Push your hand towards 1. Are you swinging away to 3? Push your hand towards 1. I'm not sure what you mean. On that one, I was not about to fuck around with the bottom tier. Mr. Pritchard, I don't quite understand that one. I don't get what you're saying. I was right the first time. Move it all the way over, you jag off. No, but the problem is that it's something to do with the readings outside of the 1 and the 3, and how hard we're hitting them. Before, if I murdered it, it would always read 158. Push your hands toward the... I still don't quite understand how I could hit the 3 and push my hand toward the rollers when the rollers are at 1, between 1 and A and 1 and 3. I don't know how that can happen. What the f... Oh, I babied. That was bad. This is bad. We're at your history. But the basic premise is that it's hard. They're not consistent to read fully out anymore. And it has something to do with the way that he put into the code to stop the 120 glitch from happening. It's causing the C3s not to read the same way as they used to, and A1s. I mean, there was always a joke in the past about it was MDI and MDIO. Mouth drove it over. Because I can always catch that. I can always catch a 158. Like every time, without fail. Now, it's such a rarity. So the 120 glitch was a reading that when you would hit, it was happening at random times, but when you'd hit a straight shot or anything with a pullback, your miles per hour would drop from 118 to 123. And it had been going on since the beginning. We had always thought before the shot meter that it was us missing the straight 180 and that would kill all the distance. then when we got the shot meter, I saw this and I was like, no, dude, this is a glitch. It's a glitch. This is not us doing anything. Because if you look, slight cuts do nothing to your, it almost takes off no distance whatsoever. It takes off some, obviously, but what was happening is the ball would go like, where you'd be expecting 360, it would go like 320. It played as if I didn't have a pullback, but still had a cut on it. It was kind of strange, but what we had found was, and it was weird because, so I'm in the IT's little office and I got one of their coders back there watching things live. And on like 75% of the balls that I'd hit, it would have one reading on the forward swing, while the other 25% would have two. And I might be saying this backwards. Hindsight is not always 20/20, but looking back at it, so then what he did was he forced all shots to have two readings. That stopped the 120 glitch completely, like right away. The thing we never tested during that time is how it affected anything else. So as an unintended consequence of the fix, it then started causing C3s and A1s to read kind of funky. Now, I told him I saw this right away and mentioned it right away, but to be quite frank, C3s and A1s not working perfectly is the least of the worries. It's by far the least of the worries. The 120 glitch was bad. I probably lost 4 tournaments on just that alone, where I got 120 glitched in the middle of a round that for instance, playing Luna to go to the finals at TOC. We're in the semis of the winners bracket, and twice on the same hole on Ruby Rock, it was only like 340 to clear water, and I went dead center in the water on it. Hey, no. God damn, I hate this look. Yeah, this is a bad look. Ugh. Okay, we're happy now. I'm very happy with that. You get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. And there we go. Quick little 30 banger on that. That's a good one. We got to get this handicap up to the 30 range so Watches doesn't make fun of me anymore. He goes home and barely knows his own daughter. All right, we only got 3 invites left. I got time. I'm going to knock all these out. Bonnie Moore. Rain already. All right, that's good. We'll get rid of it on the first couple. What I'm trying to say is push the trigger over to 9 and... Oh, thanks, Matt. Matt, I don't think... okay, between 9 and 12... but how is hitting the ball between 9 and 12 going to make it go to 3? I don't quite get this. I'm a little bit baffled by that. I don't quite get what you're saying. All right, okay, great. This is something that's been brought up to me multiple times. So people are asking about rain and what the effect is, right? Yeah, I'm getting in at probably 11 p.m. Racing. But, okay, so we're looking here, and we use this the overhead view and the meter on that left side and to judge distance. When it rains, that number dropped by what, 26 yards? 25 yards, 26, something like that. I think it's 323. It doesn't go 23, 26 yards shorter. The only thing that rain affects is the bounce and the roll at the end of it. So my carry distance is exactly the same. So I'm still feeling like I can carry this 350 on a fly. So I think I'm there going straight. All right, I carried that 360 on a fly, and I was on an 8.5, not a 10.5. But so that was no problem. So you got to make sure if you're using the overhead meter, make sure to adjust yourself in the rain. Here, it shows my 5-wood, which should be reading 260, I think, 255, as going way short. But this is actually going to carry the full distance. That's a thumb shot at 92, and I still carried longer than what that thing in the rain says. So just be cognizant of that. All right. Oh, Matt sent a couple. Good. I haven't played hidden in a while. Thank you, Matt. And on this one, too, rain's still going to... If I would have hit that fully just to try to get over the edge, I would have gone long and wet. I mean, I would have gone long into the bunker. All right, we got a hidden and we got a pine here. Good, that's perfect. So we're just going to play all these out. We got a couple hours yet still. Same thing here. Now the rain is showing 308 when it showed 293 earlier. So just don't trust that number. Just don't trust yourself. Just in the rain. Use that number adjustment that changes based off of surfaces too. Because if you see if I'm on a surface that, let's say I'm in the rough. All right, rough is pretty full, pretty much the same. But just the amount that it takes off when hitting from that is a percentage of what comes off on that overhead meter. Not exact distances. It's a tough one to wrap your head around. Like it shows this is 288. Now, luckily, I know when I thumb this 10.5, I'm a little bit short. It's downhill into a wind, so we're going to just thumb this with relief. And plus, you'll watch, when this hits the green, it almost plugs. See how fast that stops? Gavin, it's just my undershirt. I wanted it to look like Golden Tee Jesus today. Okay, now, this is the first hole once rain stopped. On this hole, you have a moist green. The ball will travel slower when it lands. After this, everything will play perfectly normal. And we won't see rain again. So if you notice, ball trail means it's got a little bit of moistness to it. It's got some dampness to it. I don't like this one bit. We're going to try to funnel it right up the side there. All right, that's fine. As long as I'm in the fairway or first cut, you're good. And who really cares? I wonder, though, with PGA machines coming out and with all the hardware being... I bet we see rain again. I bet rain comes back. I bet it makes an appearance. So it's something to start learning here. I doubt they changed the physics of it. So it's something to get good with now. Now, although in the times that I got to test the new machines, I only played casual and there was no rain on any of it. I would assume, I mean, in general, there was rain on every course. Prior to. So based off of that, then I would guess that rain isn't coming back. I'd like to see, though. And really, they can't. Okay, never mind. It won't come back. Why wouldn't we? If we got a bigger space, how do we not have as much space? I'm a little confused, Billy. I don't care. We'll be good. As long as there's room behind me, I'm fine. people will step away while you're hitting. I didn't see any tables between the machines, so that'll stop people from being up there. So that's actually probably a plus. Rest apart. Yeah, well, man. There's not much room behind you. Okay, so that'll get me a little bit. But guys, we'll be fine. We'll make it work. We've made it work. It can't be as bad as when in Houston where I'm getting. Gotcha. I can't. It can't be as bad as in Houston at Jake's where I got hit literally during qualifier. I got hit by a guy with a keg like 3 different times while hitting shots. It was like, what the fuck? Q, I think it's going to be... All right, so to everything that I've seen thus far, the price point is actually the same, if not less than the home edition. As it is right now. So, oh, God. Oh, lucky me. All right, so let's just look, right? The retail price on the old cabinets before, when you included the stand and everything with it, was $69.99, right? I think it was. I think that was what commercial was priced at, and I believe that these ones are retailing at $59.99. Comes with the stand and everything too. The only thing that you're not getting for vendors right now, compared to the old machine, is I don't believe it's shipping. That price does not include a bill collector, but that's also because they're going to NFC. They want to get away from bill collectors, and most vendors still have a bill collector waiting for them from old machines. Like, they've still got them, so why pay for another? But I do believe it's going to be less. Now, what we're still waiting for on the home edition release, Quentin, is the info. So vendors right now will not be able to buy the machine without all the extra crap with it, right? Like the new stand, which the new stand they're going to actually want. That it's also got a splash behind, a backsplash behind the actual monitor, and the monitor included. So if you look at that, then you have to think that the price point for the entire machine is going to be way lower. Oh, it called when. Let me see if I got it right here. Give me a second. Come on. No, where is it? No. Oh, here we go. Take a look at this. It's sick. It is really sick. It's and once they get it to do batch. I think it's crazy, man. I love it. I love it. I absolutely love it. All right, back to it. Now, once they get it to do batch, where it's not multiple menus, you put it down and just go boom, and it does all of that in one. That's where it's game-changing. No one does that. Batch NFC is a little challenging to accomplish, but they're working on it. God, I love the moisture accumulating, and then I love yanking an easy putt. Oh, he blew it. That was terrible. Nice finish. What a dick. All right, did I get these two accepted? Let's see. Yeah, it certainly looks like I did. Hopefully I'll get some new videos too. I mean, hopefully I can get something from Adam and Kevin to... I still got to get Kevin back on the show. Ooh. Wow, I thought that was in for certain. All right, let's see if I can get my thumbs dialed in. Too much wind. I played the... Oh, no, I didn't hit it straight. Shit. That was good. All right, so we're going to have at least one top guy miss the cut, right? It's got to happen with this many people. So, guys, who are we? What are our projections? It can be me. You can think that it's me, but I'm curious who everybody thinks somebody's going to miss the cut is. Like somebody has, I mean, it can take seriously, guys. You can have one round where you shit the bed and stroke limit a hole, and that can knock you out of the cut, especially with the fact that you're going to have to, you'll be trying to chase everything after that. Now, the whole thing is, if you're a top guy and you stroke limit a hole, you should be smart enough to know you don't need to chase. If you play your game, you'll be fine. But it's one thing to say it, and that's another to do it. For instance, I started off in Houston when we were down in Houston for Sean Tickner's tournament. I shot a 22 on Once. I got kind of screwed. I got kind of screwed on the tiers on 17, I believe, and then 18. I hit rock. I hit like fringe and then rock and bounced wet. So I lost 5 strokes in 2 holes after being clean the whole way. Now, if I would have let that get to me, that could have totally derailed me, right? Like I could have totally flopped. Cute. This hole could eat somebody up too still. Pins right, soft, bounce it off the path, let it roll at it. Don't let your spin take it over. And guys, I hate to say it, you should not be playing to this strip ever anymore. There's no sense in it. If you were to go back and watch my match history, I've literally won 3 matches in a row against top people on this course because they watered the strip hole. McCook did it, CJ did it, Fox did it, all back to back to back to me. That shot is just too easy to stick. There's too little risk to it to ever not go that way. The strip should not even be in play for you anymore. It's not a straight shot every time. Secrets I will keep. Wow, my thumbs are going long right now, and I feel like that's good because that's what's going to happen this weekend. For some reason, thumb shots for me at tournaments are always long. Yeah, you shouldn't. You really shouldn't. You're bringing in unnecessary risk with no extra reward. In fact, it's actually a worse shot because it's rough and not fairway. Well, Corley, no, I would go the other way around, in fact. But you got to choose it. You got to play your moments. My theory in match play is this. I start off every game, because the first couple holes on every course generally are very good to attack, right? Like, you got no risk on anything. Oh, okay. Okay, we'll look at that. But you have like very little risk, tons of reward early on courses. So you have plenty of room to attack. But then my theory goes into, and Qualifier, par threes, I'm always attacking. It doesn't matter if it's qualifier or not. Most of the par threes are low risk, high reward shots. So I'll attack all those. Match play is a different animal, though. I'm not necessarily playing against the course. I'm playing against my opponent. So if you look, a lot of my matches have very little to no points. Like, I'm 10,000 points. Because what I'm doing is I'm sitting there waiting for my opponent to mess up something, whether it just be missing a putt. And then all I'm doing the rest of the way is putting every shot 20 to 10 feet away from the hole and making a putt. So be safe is a great terminology to use. But that's all I'm doing the rest of the way, is putting myself within 10 feet for a putt. Putts I can't miss. And I'm just sitting back, waiting, let my opponent keep attacking holes, and most likely, it's more likely that you're going to fuck up trying to hole something out than you're going to hole something out trying to hole something out. So using that mantra allows me to just sit back and just wait and wait and wait. Now, I also do it too. It will also change based off opponent. Now, when you get to the final four of a tournament, generally you're not seeing as many mistakes. So that theory's got to change a bit. Yeah, it really doesn't matter. That's the whole point, is anything inside of 40, it really doesn't matter. They're going in 99% of the time when we're putting. Now, if I look at a hole like this hole, no matter what, I'm going after. There's no reason not to. What's the worst that happens? So I'll always be aggressive at it, but everything else is just stick a green. Now, if I'm playing an opponent that won like a banger that plays a ton more than me, that I know it's going to be a competitive match, and that most likely I feel like we're going to be clean. Like, if I feel like we're both going to be clean, well, now I got to go, all right, I'm going to need a hole out to win this. So I'm going to take every chance I get to do that. And you'll see, and that's where stouts are so different, because, like, you have to be, you dial in to hole out with stouts. When you're playing other balls, a lot of it was, I'm putting it where I want it to, like, where I think it's going to be. But with other balls, your hole outs were generally when it was never perfect shots. Stouts with thumbs and very little wind resistance, my holdouts are planned always. Like, you're aiming to a specific point, and I'm holding out when I do everything intended. Even that shot there was a bailout. I just bailed out. I knew that would be on the green. I don't care. It's 45 feet. I missed the putt, of course, now when we're talking about it. It wasn't a good shot, to be honest, though. But I bailed out on it and left myself no risk to lose the match. And that's really it. It changes from whether I'm going to win a match or not to lose a match. And I know a lot of people have the moniker like, oh, you never want to play not to lose. That's not true in Golden Tee, especially with how precise we can be. But now going back to it, if I'm playing somebody that, yeah, that's it. You're putting. That's it. No, I mean, I'll make most of those. That was just a bad one, and that was outside of 40. That was just a bad shot. Ooh, drivable one. All right. Everybody's, oh, you need the 8.5 driver. No, you don't. This is on all day. They carry almost the exact same distance. And I cross-cut the shit out of that ball. I'm wet. Look at that. That was bad. That was a bad pullback and a bad swing. Let's save the birdie, though. That was a horrible shot. I just did not hit that well. Oh, God. But the 8.5 would have done the same thing. Now, this is a setup where I might have wanted the 8.5 a little bit more, but I'm still going over here. I'm hitting almost a full A1, but a little inside. And look, I'm putting. No difference. Same shot. It won't change. There's not a big enough wind in your face ever on that hole that the 8.5 is going to make that much of a difference. So now I have just the 9.5 for the end of the game. And that's fine. That's all I cared about. What I want. Oh, that. But now in the qualifier, if I did the same thing I just did on 1, would I be hesitant on 2? Like, I would have it in my head, like, oh shit, if I miss both of these, I'm in trouble. Because that's 4 strokes off the bat right there. But as long as you come out and execute your next shot, that first one, it's gone. It's not even in my head anymore. Yeah, I'm not trying to change your mind. It's all right. It's all right. Yeah, I'm getting my C3s are coming off nice now. I think I've kind of figured it out for myself. And really all I'm doing is hitting it softer. That's it. I've slowed down how hard I was hitting my C3s, and they're reading a lot better now. And now we're right back in it, and we're in the hole-in-one side pot. There we go. I don't care where I am here, as long as I'm not in the sand. Even the sand wouldn't have hurt me there. You can see what things come naturally. Shit. All right. That was the only way I could have attacked it. But even that, you make a a very good point, sir. You're really only playing yourself in Golden Tee. Now, in match play, it does change that a little bit. Because you should be adjusting based off of what your opponent does in match play. But qualifier, you're definitely playing with yourself. It is masturbation right there. So if I'm looking at, oh, shut it. All right. And starting conversation. Was assisted in a dream. You know what, Caesar? I sing all the time, and you keep coming back. I know. You're saying. I think what you're saying is different than what you're feeling. I really do. I feel like what you're saying is one thing, but what your heart is telling you is like, man, I really want to hear Mouth sing. I really want to listen to him all night long. Damn it. So. This one here for me is a snap layup. Wind in the face. Pin is at 396. If we take the distance off, all right, is that 100 feet? Is that 100 feet from the back to the front? I've never seen a putt over 85 feet on this hole. So let's assume it's 30 yards, okay, from the back to the front. Let's take 30 yards off of that. I'm at 366 to the pin. I mean, to the front edge of the green. What club do I have that can carry 366 on a fly? 0. 0. There's no club that can carry 366 on a fly into a 9 that I have in my bag. That's a snap layup. And then I'm going to lay it up in a position where I think I got a dialed in 9 iron, 8 iron, 7 iron, where I can just flip it at the hole. Wow, I kind of babied that ball a bit too much, but it's on, it's putting, it's an eagle. I can't have it. All right, guys, I'm going to have 20 minutes left. If we got a couple more, if we got any more 2021s available, that'd be awesome. But I'll just play the other ones. He does have a crush on me. I love him. It's not a crush if it's actionable, though, Mr. Pritchard. Jack, my flight is at 5:24 p.m. leaving Cedar Rapids. I won't get into Nashville until close to 11. I'd love to be there now. I just couldn't. I had stuff I had to do early this morning. I mean, in all actuality, I had stuff I should be doing that I shouldn't be going, but that couldn't have happened. I can't miss the biggest event of the year. All right, so this is a shot I rarely play. I almost always go with the high CT 10 and C3 10.5. I'm actually worried, though, that I might clip the last branches. So now I'm just going to line it up in the fairway and have a thumb shot in. Now, would I have rather had a 5-iron in than a 3-wood or 4-wood? Yes, but I'm going to take what the course gives me. Oh, thanks, Matt. I do appreciate it. All right, so this is a hole everybody's got issues with. Fortunately, we got a really good look here. I mean, like one that I'm kind of thinking I might make. For the most part, on 90% of the setups, I'm going around the right-hand side because from the right-hand side, I'm going away from the water, and if I overcut it, oh well, I'm in the sand and I get a chip. If I undercut it, I can still even get lucky and stay dry. If I catch the trees coming right to left, generally it will hold me dry. We're not going to be catching trees here. My 8 should be perfect at this. This is almost a dead straight shot. I'm going to pull it back and cut it a little bit. I'm not even high teeing this. I want to snap this back in and make it. If I was going to high tee, I could have high teed that and thumbed it and been pretty good, but I'm looking at that. I was looking at that to make. Let's do the math on this hole as well. Okay, we got 360 to the pin. We got a nominal, little bit of outwind with the cross. Okay, forget about the wind then. We don't have to even think about it. So 363 is the pins near the bottom. How far do we say from the bottom of the top there? I don't know. It's probably 20 yards. So we only have to hit at 345 to clear the edge of the green. Well, do I have a club that will carry 343? The answer is yes. My 10.5 high tee is going to carry 350. So I can hit that. Cole, I'm sure it could. On something like that, though, I'm sure it could. I bet if we went through and held high tee, we could get another level on it. I've always used the top of the screen as a marker, but then you don't know how your depth, and we don't know if it's going to hit that height by a certain depth. I'm sure we could use that to advantage, and I'm sure I'm doing it in my mind, but I'm not doing any outward calculations off of it. Yep, high 10.5. I might even almost be thinking high 3-wood here too. But yeah, this is absolutely a high 10.5. Now, we know that we're going to end up at about 360, so this distance should be right. The only thing I don't want to do is push it too far left and go wet that way. Okay, and now some people say, oh, I want the 8.5 for 18. All right, imagine this. Pins at the top. An 8.5 allows me to get it over the edge. That extra 5 yards carry into a wind will allow it to get on. The problem is the 8.5 will always go down into the rough. So now I have an up 6 chip, or up 8 chip, or up 5 chip with the pin on the edge. If I hit that chip hard enough to make it, if I miss it, I'm going over the edge, and I won't be able to get back up. I've now turned a birdie guarantee into a double bogey. On the other end of it, if I have the 9.5 and I lay up in that same exact setup, I've got a wind in my face. I'm now thumbing like an 8 iron or 7 iron, that I could make that very easily. So it's a question of where you're going to put your risk to reward in. All right, so that was a 29 if I didn't fuck up one. That's good. I'm happy about it. But even so, I fucked up one. I could have been pissed. 27 is going to win most matches on that course, and 27 is going to keep you in the top 20 in qualifying on it as well. So we can't really be mad about that at all, right? There we go. All right. All right, I got a tropical and a Monty. Here we go. And I think I'll play these two and be done for the day. So, yeah, there is definitely a precise factor to most of Golden Tee, right? And that's where you're going to see the difference. Thanks, Patty Mac. I appreciate it, buddy. You're definitely going to see the difference on the precision part between the elites and the great players. But what I'm doing here, and the stuff that I'm doing, is basically trying to take all of the precision out of it on a lot of these, right? I'm just trying to get rid of and take the risk away by knowing everything about the game and how to hit it. Now, the precision part's chipping, putting, holing out. Well, that's still going to be where we separate. But what you're going to be able to do by learning these numbers is to take all of the risk and all of the guesswork out of it. And once you do that, the precision game will come over time. Now, a lot of people, Robert, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm all hopped up on steroids. Ear infection's almost gone, so I'm good there. We're happy. I'm feeling good. So, all right, there's a couple of things. You can hit a C3 on this, and I've seen a lot of people doing it from here. It's only 400 to fly it there, but the wind's in the face. Most likely this is going to leave me short in the rough or the bunker. I like the shot from here, where I just hit this ball with a high tee. I hit roll. I try to hit the rock just short of the green and have it kick on. Now, for me, yeah, for sure. I'm in, Gavin. Absolutely. So my goal here is I want to hit it. I don't want to go too long and hit the bunker on a fly. I got to go upstairs and see. That's what I'm kind of waiting for to finish packing my bag. I don't know. You tell me, Gavin. I'll take whatever bet you think is fair. Now, I would rather have this chip than the chip from over here. Thanks, Chris. That didn't take anything super hard. If that wind was going out, that would have kicked right at it, too. Oh, yeah, we're kind of waiting to finish the bag, Robert. My bag is getting packed here, sir. Gavin, you're getting real close. I almost aced the last two holes. Lights will guide. Uh-oh. I haven't seen this pin before either, guys. This is different, man. I'm not used to these. Oh, all right. You tonight, hunt you down. Wow, I am manning up on my thumbs today. I like it. I like it. I feel like they're in shape. Now, could I hit this straight? Probably. Am I going to? Probably not. The problem with hitting this shot straight off the tee is I'm going to hit the hill short, right? If I happen to catch this in just a way, that ball bounces straight up, kicks right, rolls down the hill, and goes wet. If I hit the C3 in, though, it doesn't do that. The C3 will bounce forward. So let's see if we can get this up with a C3. I'm happy with that shot. Animals are in. I hate this look too. I just can't stand this hole anymore. Perfect. And I have a problem putting on that hole for some reason too now. I want to backspin this. I'm worried though, so I'm just going to back it up and flip it straight with bite and just get a putt. Yeah, I didn't know how much that wind was going to play. The depth on that one is a little deceiving to me. So I played it super safe where I know I'm going to have a putt. All right, this hole, I've gotten to play quite a bit trying to ace this repeatedly on the event. And I just put it off the green. I didn't get it right at all. Those are my killers in all of Golden Tee. I'm going to stop using a 5 on those and just hitting like a little wedge and flipping them in. I hate those short chips. I've always been terrible at them. Never been good at those. I don't know why. I got to play little cuts on them. I got to figure those out. I've still never been able to get very accurate with those. And it's just because I don't have that fine micro twitch with my palm there. So I spray everything a little weird. Yeah, but there's no way that should have read 137. But luckily it went full C3, so I'm not worried about it. Distance is almost the same as if it read full. Once again, bail out. Safe. Not going to try to force feed it back into that where I could easily force feed it off to the right and into the water. Some nights I wish that my heart could build a castle. All right, pin's on the right, so I'm going to stay down here. When at all possible on Monty, get the elevation changes as small as possible. Shit. I don't know anymore. All right, I don't even think you need a high tee here, and I'm not going to high tee it. God, this is the easiest look I think I've ever seen. What are we waiting for? Get it, Patty. I love it. Pound it in the pool. You're going to be yelling white chocolate, raindrop, the whole time you're pounding wine in the pool. All right, I'm sick. I'm feeling good. Give me then. All right, all we got to do is stick 18. That's it. I don't like it, sir. Did I really hit that too soft? No. Yay! With a miss in there. Should have been 32. I didn't. That was par was 32 on that, right? That's crazy. Golden Tee par of 32 on that course that game. Who would have thunk it? All right, we got one last game here. We're going to play this tropical, and then I'm going to go finish getting ready. We might play all these. Who the fuck wants to die alone in the desert? So. All right, 404. Fuck, this is such an easy C3 if I could hit it. I mean, this is on if I could hit a C. If I'm confident that a C3 is going to read, that's on with that shot. So we're going to try it. And it didn't go out. It read 152 instead of... Yeah, see? That's bullshit. Like, it needs to get fixed. It definitely needs to get fixed. It's been broken for too long, but that was not... It didn't read right. About you and me. Yeah, I think I'm just going to play that as a chush all weekend. I'm not going to try to go at that ever. Yeah, and I'm sure once everything calms down and PGA comes out, it should be a pretty easy fix. I'd like to. I'll try to get down to IT and we'll take a look at it. We'll see what we can do. If Kevin and Adam will have me again after I went through and just destroyed their offices and just started tearing all their crap up. When they promoted Adam Kramer, I went in there and caused a havoc. I'm just kidding. And I think a lot of the C3 problems for me is that I now don't have confidence in the shot, so it's harder and harder to hit. So I don't have a perfect, it's never a perfect pass at it. Now, if you listen, Gossett says he's got it figured out, but I'm watching him play at CJ's, and he was having the same issues that we all were. So I can't really say anyone has them figured out yet. And it's not just C3s, it's A1s too. But being that we're right-handed people, we're having a little bit easier time going to A1s than to C3s. Almond bark with the flush. Oh, that's too good. Now, I want to give you guys my trick on these islands too, and for heavy rough in general. So, okay, now a lot of people will put this up top, right? Because they think that fairway gets a better spin. They're not wrong that fairway gets a better spin, but my 5-wood, 4-wood, 6-wood, 3-wood gets better spin out of the heavy rough than what your 8.5 driver does. Or your 9.5 driver, or your 10.5 is rare to hit from up there. Okay, so now what I'm doing here is this. I'm taking the club that would 235 to the pin would be a 6 wood normally, right? I'm going one club up from that with backspin and just hitting it normal. And look at how fast that still stops. That's faster than an 8.5 driver will stop. So heavy rough, I generally will give it one extra club than what the club I should be hitting on it from, if that makes sense. And you'll see you get more spin out of heavy rough than you do rough too, which is that doesn't make any sense to me either. I played this one like I was playing a qualifier and just put it on the green. I was not about to fuck with making that and throwing it over the edge to the left. Okay, let's see if we think we've got this. It's less than 2 turns. We got a win going right to left. I'm fine with this. This is going to be no problem cutting it up. The fuck, dude? That wasn't right. All right, can't miss that chip. Fuck. Ah. All right, we're going to go for it. And if you're asking yourself why I checked for 2 turns on that hole, generally a full, if I cut it full, 2 turns is a good rough estimate of how far like a wood will go on a full, how much it will cut. I know there that a backspin 4 wood on almost every setup. No, JD, no, and I think it's stupid to put it in that bag. Well, I mean, you can hit it. It's not necessary one bit, and every look that somebody stuck with a 2-iron super, I could hit a 4 wood with backspin without a problem. Is it a harder shot? Yes. But here's the thing, too. If I had the super 2, it would probably cause me never to lay up on that hole when the layup is the right shot a lot of the time. I mean, play it for prizes and watch. Watch how much, if you're birdie there, you maybe get passed by 2 people in an event, and then everyone else drops on it. So you're gaining strokes on 98% of the field there. You can't really... I think that laying up is the right play in some spots. But if you need to hit the 2 because of the wind, you can always turn 1 extra turn, and as long as you know what clubs don't hit the trees, then you can hit that. You can play it with, it doesn't have to be a full cut going in. I haven't found a setup on that hole where it's impossible to drive. Put it that way, and I don't play a Super 2. Yeah, it's cool to bounce it, but once again, the Super 2 requires a C3, and guess what? We've just proven C3s are the least consistent shot in the game. Why would I want to add a club that I'm purposely using a shot that I know is the least consistent shot in the game? Oh. Wait for them to ask you who you know. So even with the fuck up on 1, which I wouldn't be doing that shot. The last course I played that a Super 2 was absolutely necessary was Sandhill after the new tee boxes came out. Because 18 with the Super 2, you could have setups that were easy for that and almost impossible with any other club. I don't think you need it. I understand some people that have it. I get it. It makes sense. It can give you, it very well could. I don't find it to be an easy shot though. So if I look at the courses, like there's a couple courses specifically that I have a zero hybrid in my bag. If it was a zero hybrid in order to hit a shot that I can't repeat every time, I wouldn't bother with it. I would go with a club that I know I can attack a hole with all the time. For instance, Winding Pines 14 or 15, right? I have a zero hybrid in my bag for that because the shot is absolutely 100% repeatable, meaning that when the setup is there, I will stick it 99% of the times. If it wasn't like that, or there were shots that I needed it, in the only club I could stick it with is that I wouldn't go with it. It's that simple. Specialty clubs are there because they make a hole easier, not make it almost, it makes it really cool to stick and almost impossible otherwise. But to me, the Super 2 is no harder than hitting the forward on that. So why do it? I can't do it. I'm not fucking with it. Back from her soul vacation, drifting away. No bite. Same size mode, so where she does Tybo reminds me that there's room to grow. Hey. From this atmosphere, the real think of me as plain old Jane, a man who's too afraid to die. Guys, this year courses, 2016, and it's one of my favorite years. You had a little bit of everything, and also I believe this is the year that Build-A-Bag came out too. Now, JD, what club did you drop to get that club in there too? That's the other thing. People always fail to. You gotta have that input about which club you dropped on it. For instance, like, okay, on Tropical, I probably couldn't. I don't have a club that I would feel comfortable dropping to put that in, because I already only use one wedge. Okay, and on Tropical, I play a 3 driver bag, so I don't really have another club I want to drop. I mean, I've already taken my 4-iron out of my bag, so I have to play that gap a little differently. Oh my God, that was horrible. Ugh. All right. Did you finally get a chance to dance? So while we're adding a club to it, I mean, we also are taking a club away that you could attack holes with. And with the state of the game too, I think that your bags. Yeah, I got a little sticky. It's a little bit humid down here today. I'm sticking a little bit. And with the state of the game and us playing stouts, dude, your benefit clubs. Your benefit clubs are shots that you can laser beam at holes. Now, can the 2-iron Super help you? Not on any holes during the whole course. I can't think of one hole that club makes it easier on besides for that shot. So now if I had to, a lot of people went down through their bags. For me to put a Super 2 in, I would be losing like probably an 8-iron. So I'd go 9, 7, 5. And really my 8-iron is that distance in there. I don't want to manipulate the distance on those gaps at all. Like, I want clubs that I can thumb a full speed at those gaps, or else I'm not going to have shots to attack certain pins with. Yeah, cool. I'm not going to have the super. I'm not going to get a super YouTube on a skip 2-iron that bounces up and goes in magically. I didn't see what just happened there. Did that just roll straight through the hole? I pointed it. How the fuck did that roll? I shouldn't have even had it. Should have been a left 8 putt. How did the fuck did that not go in? I don't know. Did it lip out or did it roll over? Fuck. Yeah, I don't think that's a rollover. I think that was a glitch. I'd have to look at it, though. Like I said, I wasn't watching. Hey, Marco. Weird. Well, shit happens. It went like the hole didn't even exist, right? All right, let's look at this hole. So we're too far back to go at the fairway. We're too far back to go over the fairway. The fairway on this left side makes it really hard to get. It's almost impossible to get there. So here's the trick. That island. I get a thumb shot in now. Well, at least it didn't go all the way through and then roll down to where I had a chip coming back. We're fine. It's happened before, and it might just be something wrong in that where that pin spot is. We should probably get it on QA, but I'm gonna hold my breath right now with them finishing off everything for PGA to even bother with it yet. I rather than post more bugs, I'd rather let them deal with everything they know to fix right now. My guess is it's a problem with where that pin is. Yeah, well. And maybe it was like, maybe the game was telling me, hey, that first putt you missed was so bad, you're going to get punished again. We're going to make you miss another one. I'm guessing that's actually what happened. They're like, you're so bad at putting, we think that you should miss this one too. All right, we're going to play one more after this. I'm going to finish off all those invites, and then I'm going to start getting ready. Maybe find some food. Just playing the odds. It's just playing the odds, I tell you. Watch now, that rollover, he's gonna tie me and beat me by points or something. That's what's gonna happen. All right, I got one left here, right? What is it? Bella. All right, guys. Bella's one of the hardest courses. It is. It's really not easy. Oh, look at Mr. Chestnut up there banging out 26s. All right, we're going to take down the worldwide record. Corey, I'm not into the Nashville hot, man. I'm not into hot shit. Like oily hot shit, peppery hot shit I love. Shit that's oil and sauce-based? No, not my cup of tea. I'll get heartburn, and I don't like that. Guys, this is a really good course to play on to get some fine-tuning in your game, because you have to be pretty precise on this course. When she was just a girl. Yeah, Mr. Pritchard, have a good one, man. Thanks for joining in. We loved having you. When it threw away from the tree. Did he do it? Is it moist? Wow, that wind turned out a lot more than I was expecting. Now, I think I'm going to eat a lot of... I'll have a couple grilled chickens. I'm feeling like this version of me looks good. I like it. We're going to keep with it. All right, we're just going to play this safe. We're going to go to the fat part of the green. Leave a putt. I didn't want to fuck around and go at this. And now, like, after the last game, there's no way it doesn't make any putt go. All right, so this one I used to play a lot different. So when this was live, I would knock the ball out in here all the time, right? Okay, new graphics added blades of grass in there, and you'll hit blades of grass. So you've got to play this to the right spot now. Now, I'm not going over. I can't today. So what I want to do is, we'll get the judgment. But it clears this hill with a 4-wood or 5-wood, sometimes even a 3. And I'm 4-wood, 5-wood away. So I'm just going to backspin a 5-wood, hit the hill, and have it kick up. And I left it short. Fuck. Hair up. And you'll notice that the blades of grass that they put in the rough over there, they're actually in play. And you'll find it that if you're playing an older machine... Oh, shit, man. I've left it full forever, Matt. I mean, I could put an... I got about 15 waiting, but I don't want to accept them. And if they're 3 dares, like, I don't want to be forced to play when I come home Monday. Yeah, I know. It's been a while, right? Ooh, my ball's feeling kind of gunky and rattly right now. We're getting to that point. It probably doesn't sound the best. I can't hear it, but ew, that thing snapped. Now, I'm going to show you guys a shot here, too. Four-wood backspin, 3-wood backspin, aim at that tree, and it leaves you up here. Get a clear line coming in. Trying to go over the hill there will leave you in a bad spot. I like the uphill shots here, just because I'm going to basically use this like a little laser beam going at the hole. Hey, Nick. You're jumping in at the right, well, the wrong time. We're about to end here in a minute. Once I finish this game, gotta go get the rest of the packing done before I go. I need to take these Wi-Fi dongles. I figured that I'll just stick some in my bag because in St. Louis, luckily Russ had his truck and he just ran an Ethernet cord to 300 foot, but the Sprint modem went bad on one of the cards in there, so we couldn't get it to connect. We put in a new one, and even then, that one wouldn't turn on. So without having it, we had to go through a rigmarole to get a Wi-Fi, to get an Ethernet cord all the way in the back machine. So I'm bringing these dongles just so we can plug them in and connect to Wi-Fi if need be. I always go to this island on the right, the one where my marker's on, because, all right, I'm hitting a driver into it most of the time, right? So depth of field is what I'm looking at. This one gives you the biggest amount of depth from the front to the back. So I got a lot more room to play with. Plus, I like this angle coming into the green better. Because then I get the fattest part of the green to aim down, too. So there's a method to my madness. And honestly, that is the right island to hit to. If somebody tells you to go to a different one, they're wrong, and just do what I'm saying. The other islands are not as easy to stick. Okay, this shot used to be hard with a 9 wood here. This is actually not bad. One mistake is all it will take. Okay, another challenging hole. So let's go through the play on this. The first thing you want to look at to see if I can get to the fairway long. I can't today, right? Thanks, Tony. So now my next shot is always going to be between the two houses up there, short of the fountain. Now, it's a little tough to accomplish today, but we're going to hit the high tee 10.5, and it should be perfect. Okay, well, I kind of fucked it up, but we might be okay. We can get this on. It's going to be a tough one to save my eagle, though. Oh! Yeah, my ball it's just gravelly now. How do you miss that high side? Fucking... I didn't really see a good way of sticking that. But we'll put it in a spot where we can chip in. I was going to hit the fun shot here, but this setup is just, you can't do anything goofy. It's just stick it with a... All right. Well, let's see if I can totally stroke limit right now. Nope, we got it. All right, kiddos. Thank you guys for all the well wishes. Sorry, not much streaming for you, except for we're going to have a pretty good stream in the Nashville tournament. Check out Golden Tee Golf Facebook page. They should have it. I'll get all the links into from YouTube. I'll get Andy to post into word of mouth with it. And I'm going to message Andy right now to see if he wants me to bring a laptop and maybe see if we can set up some telestration during the weekend. But, guys, so hopefully safe flight. I'll see the rest of you that are down there sometime later tonight. And guys, hopefully see a lot of me on the stream on Sunday. We'll catch you guys on Monday if I'm back. If not, I'll probably go up Tuesday or Wednesday. We're going to have Jill come in. We got to do one last fantasy draft order for the $500 a man league. So Jill's going to be dialed in. She got a hole in one last time. So that's awesome. And then, sweet, that's about it. No special news. We'll see you guys on Monday or Wednesday. Have a good one.